everyone, I'm Ava Hopkins, and in this video I'll be discussing the fascinating and unique fungus called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, which infects carpenter ants. Fungi are some of the most diverse organisms on the planet. While most are known to decompose, some have evolved into becoming masters of manipulation. Ophiocordyceps is one of them, which is also known as the zombie ant fungus, and it has developed a disturbing process of spreading its spores. And here are some pictures of the spores sprouting out of the ant's body. Unlike most fungi, Ophiocordyceps targets the muscles instead of the brain. In fact, this fungus will be found everywhere in the ant's body except the brain, which the fungus carefully sculpts around to make sure the ant's center control system is still intact. Scientists believe the fungus targets the muscles because it gives precise control over the host body, making it a puppet. So how are the ants infected? In tropical forest ecosystems, the sticky pores of the fungus are camouflaged on small branches and ground cover, and they will attach to any ant that comes in contact with them. Once attached, the spore drills into the exoskeleton using enzymes. When the spore breaks through the exoskeleton, it feeds on the insides, and it multiplies and spreads throughout the ant's whole body. The fungus does this all very carefully, making sure not to kill the ant because the fungus will send it on its final mission before its death. So the behavioral effects once an ant is infected, after the fungus spreads throughout the inside of the ant's body, the behavior will start to change. The ant no longer feels a drive to follow the normal pheromone trail like the rest, and it suddenly abandons its colony. And unlike ever before, the ant will erratically wander with no direction, and this will go on for days. Internally, the fungus is controlling the ant's movements in search of a warm and moist place to settle down. Eventually, when the fungus finds the perfect leaf, the fungus will force the ant to lock on with its jaw. And once bitten, the ant's mandibles will deteriorate, causing lockjaw. Here's a good picture of the ant's mandibles locking onto this twig. After a few painful hours, the ant dies as the fungus will start to grow through its head and sprouts in the back of the head to release its own pores. And then after that, the cycle will repeat itself, infecting more victims. This is a really good picture. The fungus will grow out of the back of the head. And this is just a quick cycle. Carpenter ants have been adapting to avoid infections, so they will actually practice grooming, the removal of the spores from other ants. Melissa Petroluzzo, the author of Zombie Ant Fungus, published by Britannica, said, "The ants have also been observed to carry infected members of the colony away from the nest and their usual ant trails on the forest floor to reduce the spread of the spores to high-traffic areas, and they are known to actively avoid the graveyards of the dead." Positive side of Ophiocordyceps. Ophiocordyceps is popular in the pharmaceutical field due to its immune-boosting properties. In some cultures, like the Chinese, they use it as a cancer treatment. In Pratik Karkwal's article, Ophiocordyceps sinensis and pharmaceutical industry, he states it has been reported that cordyceps likewise upgrades physical stamina, and it confirms that cordyceps improves cell vitality as ATP. This is obviously good news, as the fungus is not just completely bad for ecosystems. Thank you for listening.